Yet another interesting last few days in the world of football, and here at Goalside, we're going to cover all the major stories and a few transfer rumours one by one. So, here's the preview of what's happened in the last 48 hours or so. Bayern Munich have made a major announcement that spells an end to Hansi Flick's time at the club's dugout. At the same time, Spurs have reportedly been met with rejection by a really good manager of a high-flying team in the Premier League. Spotify owner Daniel Ek wants to buy Arsenal, but the Kroenkes don't want to do business. Why would they? The club gives the owners a lot of money every year, despite struggling on the field. Juventus could let go of Starman if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. Before we start discussing all these topics, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell icon to make sure that you don't miss out on your daily dose of all things football. Right, let's begin. Lewandowski to leave Bayern Munich. Even though they've totally dominated German football for nearly a decade, Bayern Munich might find things a little less straightforward from next season. Why, you ask? Well, just wait a few minutes and we'll explain everything. But before that, there is a developing situation at the Allianz Arena with regards to the club's all-conquering marksman. Robert Lewandowski has won pretty much everything there is to win at Bayern Munich. The Poland international has been the most prolific goalscorer in the Bundesliga in the last 10 years, and you wonder if he might crave something different in the last few years of his career. Although his deal at the Allianz Arena doesn't run out until 2023, the former Borussia Dortmund man is wanted by top clubs across Europe. This is all according to Sky Deutschland. And while any names haven't been named, any big team in the continent would love to sign a striker who continues scoring goals at an astonishing rate and still has a lot of years left to give in top-level football. So where would he go? Personally, we'd love to see Lewandowski play in the Premier League. Do you think he would succeed in England? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Alderweireld set for Netherlands return. Before becoming one of the most consistent performers in the Premier League, Toby Alderweireld was one of the best young defenders in the Dutch Eredivisie. It was at Ajax where the Belgian international really made a name for himself before joining Southampton. And according to Voetbalkrant, Ajax are eager to re-sign their former player. Following the departure, or shall we say, sacking of Jose Mourinho, the 32-year-old might struggle for game time at Tottenham, and a return to the Eredivisie could well be on the cards. Leicester City looking at Eredivisie talent. According to the Daily Mail, Leicester City have joined AC Milan and RB Leipzig in the hunt of PSV Eindhoven winger Noni Madueke. The young winger left Tottenham's academy a few years ago and made the bold decision of going to play in the Netherlands. The gamble has paid off, with the teenage winger finding form at PSV, scoring 7 goals and providing 4 assists in the league. The youngster has proven himself to be a mentally strong athlete, and you can understand why Leicester would be so keen on bringing him back to England. The Foxes have a great scouting team, and if they're able to sign the player, you could expect that he would become a big success. Arsenal set for major transfer activity. The Gunners are set to miss out on Champions League football yet again this season, and Mikel Arteta will be forced to be smarter than usual in the transfer market. According to reports, the Londoners could end up selling as many as 6 players in order to raise funds to invest in the window. The likes of Alexandre Lacazette, Hector Bellerin, Eddie Nketiah and Matteo Guendouzi are a few of the players who might be sacrificed. Lucas Torreira also has no future at the Emirates and might be allowed to leave. Selling all the players could help the club raise around £100 million, and Arsenal might use some of that money to sign Martin Ødegaard on a permanent basis. The youngster's loan spell has been a success, but Real Madrid are likely to play hardball in any deal. Ronaldo could leave Juventus. According to reports in Italy, Juventus are likely to consider selling star player Cristiano Ronaldo if the club fails to qualify for the Champions League next season. The Bianconeri are currently in 5th place in the league standings, and based on their form, are going to have a hard time getting inside the top 4. If that scenario unfolds, Juventus might not be able to continue paying the player's hefty salary. Moreover, Ronaldo might also not want to spend a season without the Champions League in his life, and could already be considering his next move. Both Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester United have been linked with a move, but a move to Old Trafford is something that's been touted for a very long time. Ronaldo still enjoys a cult status at Old Trafford and might see a return to England as his one final act before he hangs up his boots or maybe leaves for the MLS. Would you like to see Ronaldo play in the Premier League again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Kroenke family refusing to budge. Earlier this week, we reported that Spotify owner Daniel Ek is interested in buying Arsenal. The club's current owners have come under intense scrutiny following the botched Super League plans, but it appears that the family isn't too keen on selling at the moment. Ek is already preparing a takeover bid, but it appears that the Spotify owner will have to work really hard in order to convince the American owners into selling the club. In recent days, we have noted media speculation regarding a potential takeover bid for Arsenal Football Club, Stan and Josh Kroenke signalled in a statement released on Tuesday. We remain 100% committed to Arsenal and are not selling any stake in the club. We have not received any offer and we will not entertain any offer. Our ambition for Arsenal remains to compete, to win the biggest trophies in the game, and our focus remains on improving our competitiveness on the pitch to achieve this. Would you like to know our take on this? Well, Arsenal have been quite the asset. While the club's on-field struggles are well documented, as a brand, the Gunners are a financial jackpot for the owners, and this is why they're not even considering the possibility of a future sale. It's been reported that club legends Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira are considering joining forces with Ek and putting out the Kroenkes for good. It wouldn't be easy. This would require a monumental effort, but even if a new owner comes in, is it really going to transform the club's fortunes? Brendan Rodgers to stay put. During his time at the King Power Stadium, Brendan Rodgers has transformed Leicester City into a genuine top 6 club. The Foxes are no longer pushovers, and they're also showing that they can more than just stand toe-to-toe with the best in the business. It's quite a shame that Rodgers isn't talked about in the same revered tones as the likes of Pep Guardiola, Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp. He isn't one of those people who likes to market themselves, but that shouldn't cover the fact that he's one of the best managers in Europe at the moment. Leicester are nearly guaranteed participation in the Champions League next season, and the current crop of players can take the club far. They're already in the final of the FA Cup, and they might even win that competition. At the same time, Tottenham are in a crisis situation. The Spurs sacked the manager Jose Mourinho, and they lost the Carabao Cup final to Manchester City. The Londoners need a good manager, and they've been quietly monitoring Brendan Rodgers' situation. But what situation? He's already at a great club that works effectively. They always sign the right players and manage to hold on to their best players. Tottenham, on the other hand, are a team that do seem to make transfer market mistakes, and Daniel Levy isn't the most patient owner out there. While people have automatically considered Rodgers to be the next Spurs boss, the Foxes' boss has trampled those rumours by saying that he's focused at the club he's representing right now. When asked last week about speculation linking him to Spurs, Rodgers said, "Tottenham is a fantastic club. It's one of the big clubs in this country. It's a huge club. My focus is purely here. I'm at a world-class training facility. The project we're in here, we still want to develop. We still have a lot of work to do here." The rejection should be a rude awakening for Levy and company. Spurs might have been a treat to watch under Mauricio Pochettino, but they're no longer the world beaters that they once were. Definitely makes sense that Rodgers doesn't want to go to a club where turbulence is a recurrent theme. Why is Hansi Flick leaving and who is replacing him? Bayern Munich have finally put rumours to bed by announcing Julian Nagelsmann as their new manager for the next campaign. The Bundesliga champions are reportedly paying €25 million as compensation to RB Leipzig for their highly rated coach. After learning about Hansi Flick's desire to leave the club by the end of the current campaign, FC Hollywood had been scampering for a good replacement. Thankfully, they didn't need to look outside of Germany and decided to put their faith in a manager who's slowly becoming one of the best in the game. At the age of 33, Nagelsmann becomes the most expensive coach in history, but the young tactician might want to see who he's dealing with, especially after the whole Flick episode. Flick was definitely a great coach and guided Munich to a lot of titles in nearly 2 years. However, we never knew that behind the back doors and all the smiles in front of the cameras, the former Germany assistant manager was not happy with how the Bavarians were doing things. Alright, maybe not the whole club, but the man they had put above him, Hasan Salihamidzic. The team's former player is also their sporting director, and he has the final say on every bit of recruitment done for the senior side. This also includes offering contract extensions, and the latter job description is what ticked off Flick. The Munich boss was very unhappy after it was announced that David Alaba and Jerome Boateng would not be handed extensions. Flick was eager to see both men stay at the club and was caught off guard by the decision, which was presumably made by Salihamidzic. Moreover, Flick has always wanted to manage the German national team one day. After nearly a decade working as Joachim Löw's assistant, Flick wants to be the man to replace him. Löw steps down from his post once this summer's European Championships are over, and Flick appears to be the best bet at the moment. However, Nagelsmann is definitely in for a tough time. Being the manager of Bayern Munich is not an easy thing. Many good managers have struggled with the fact that they don't have a lot of say on who comes and who goes, which means that the young tactician will have to choose his fights carefully, unlike his predecessor, who is leaving in acrimonious circumstances, but with the knowledge that he enjoyed a lot of success at the Allianz Arena.